Good morning, everybody. Today we have got a special treat for y'all. All of this awful mess that I have in my toolbox, this horribly unorganized mess, we are going to get it organized today, courtesy of Olsa Tools. Olsa Tools has sent us a wonderful set of tool organizers, and I can't wait to get into that and show y'all everything that we're going to do. I'm very excited to get this changed. So you know that you made your shop a little bit too nice when your wife decides to invade your space and come inside and start working with you. But I do have my camera stand today, so I don't need her help filming necessarily. I wanted to show y'all kind of what we've got. This kind of a disorganized mess here. I don't have the organizers for this. I can't wait to get some organizers for this mess. This is a good example of how this box looks. These are my ratchets and everything. They're just kind of all piled in here. And they're actually fairly organized right now because I just recently put them back in. But a lot of times, I mean, they just start rolling around in the box. There's nothing to contain them or keep them held in. So they end up, it's like this right here. This tool right here, I just now found it because it was buried underneath everything and I couldn't find it for a while. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this organized. The tools, the wrenches, y'all just saw me. I organized them on the wall. But here's the deal. Olsa Tools, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. They sent me some wrench organizers and some ratchet organizers, right, Savannah? Yeah, they sent me some wrench organizers and ratchet organizers. This is not the long-term plan of all of my wrenches. My goal is, okay, to have stuff like these triple wrenches, these extra sets. You know, I got a bunch of Craftsman American-made wrenches. I'm not going to throw all these away. That doesn't make any sense. So this is a good spot for extra overflow wrenches that I don't use all the time. But what I want to do is to have wrenches in this toolbox that I do use all the time. So things like this right here, Olsa Tools makes a set of these, and I'm really hoping that I can get a set, both metric and standard, of these right here, because this would be an everyday wrench, and that's what I would have organized in here with their organizers. So today, and then of course I would have a couple of other ones like these gear wrenches and things like that. But a lot of these box-in wrenches, they're everyday wrenches. They're what I need, but I don't necessarily need them in the toolbox. The toolbox needs mobile tools to where I can back up over in here. If I'm working on the four-wheeler or I'm working on a tractor or something, I can roll that toolbox around right in here. I can work on what I need to. And then my everyday tools are in that toolbox, but then like tools that I don't need all the time are hanging on the wall. So that's going to be the long-term goal. But what we're going to do is we're going to organize a set of these, and we're going to pretend that these are Olsa Tools because I absolutely love their small wrenches, but I have not convinced them to send me any yet. These right here, those will probably end up being in the toolbox because I really like having a set of gear wrenches in the toolbox. All right, guys, you can't open a box without an awesome knife, so I don't know which one I should use. Should I use my salvage rescue knife that I fixed, or should I use my wife's new Kershaw knife? Savannah, which one do you think?
Mine, obviously.
Okay, all right, here we go. This is a really awesome knife. They have sent us an absolute enormous amount of stuff, guys. They've sent us everything.
Okay, so we have blue and then we have red. So this is the blue.
So that way the blue and the red is so you can organize, obviously, your different between your metric and your standard.
Yes. So we have extra large wrench holders. Right there. Large wrench holders. And then we have small handle holders. And then we have the ratchet head holders. You have 3/8, ½ inch, and 1/4 inch.
And this is kind of a round head, like this right here. So I'm actually excited to see how well this works. And everything comes with these little sticky pads. So what you would do, you would set this wherever you want it, and then you put your sticky pad down, and you stick it right where you want it.
So with the red, it's pretty much the same as the blue. Size-wise, you have extra large wrench holders, large wrench holders, medium wrench holders and small. And then we have a large handle holders.
All right, so this is the first thing that we're going to organize is this drawer right here. So we're going to try some of these out. I'll put these sticky pads to the side for now. So this is my 1/4 inch drive that goes in there. That's good. It's just enough fit that it comes in and out pretty easy. Okay, so this is our small handle holder. So then you would stick this wherever you want it. I do like the fact that it's plenty room to come up and down. So you can get around it, but yet it's not taking up too much room in your box. Come in close and take a look. This is just our 1/4 inch drive. Kind of got a decent idea of how it's going to lay out. You can see, I just want to get this clean enough that I know the sticky pads will stick down really, really well. That will fit there. You know we want that there. So I like the way that's sitting. I feel like the best bet here is just to lay it out, not glue anything in, and then pick it up and glue it in afterwards. I really believe that Olsa Tools is an underrated company. All their stuff that I've seen, I've been very well pleased in. Their hand tools are very, very good. I personally think, and y'all know that I do a lot of stuff on sawmills and in shutdown jobs, and I see and I get to use a lot of these different tools in these scenarios. And I've used Icon quite a bit. I like Icon. I like Quinn. I really think that Olsa Tools is a better company than Icon. I think that Olsa Tools is a very good company as far as their quality in their wrenches. I like the fact that I don't see a lot of skips in a lot of their stuff. Now, as far as their warranty goes, I don't know for sure. That's something you'll have to check out and see for yourself whether or not it compares or whether or not it's worth it to you. In some cases, for me, even if the warranty isn't as good, which I don't know, to me, a more quality tool, depending on where you're working and what you're doing, might be worth it. So what's actually cool about this is, like, I've got all of these right here, some different sizes. I could buy as many of these as I wanted, and I could drop them in just like that. I could make this as modular as I wanted. Like, I've got this right here. That's so that you can put a wrench on there and then a socket. So I can put that in there. I can take all of these different sizes. I can organize every single one. I didn't order enough of these because I didn't even think about that, but I actually may order some more just to do that now, because I didn't even think about some of this stuff, just how awesome that might be. So I'm really thinking that's what I might do. If you were in a deeper tray, which I'm not in, a deeper drawer is what I mean to say, then you could actually take that, maybe, I'm not sure if you could do that. That does work. Maybe it might actually work better in the 3/4. Yeah, actually that does. The 1/2 inch works really well in the 3/4 if you're wanting to stand something like that up. So that is some interesting options that you could do there. So I'm using, they've sent me large and small on these, but I'm using the small for everything. Now I almost wish they had a little bit of a smaller one for some of these. But what I'm finding is, because of this design where it's it corners in, it's like a triangle in this way and a slope this way, it's really making it a pretty nice fit for for lots of different shapes and sizes and angles. Like this is a different size, but it still fits really well. This is a larger, this one's 1/2 inch, that one's 3/8, and it's still fitting really well. And then the same thing over here, like I've got my different style ratchet handles. All of those are actually fitting good. This one's fitting really well. I mean, I love the fit of that. The only thing, like I said, would be I wouldn't mind having one that's slightly larger. I mean, slightly smaller for ones like this. But realistically, it's still not a problem. I mean, once you get those stuck in with the little sticky pad, this is going to work phenomenal. What I need now is for someone else to send me a bigger toolbox. I just need a bigger toolbox, because this better organization is going to make it where I just don't have quite enough space.
One of the things that I liked about this is that it really wasn't that difficult to organize or put together. It's a pretty simple and easy system. I think the hardest part was actually taking it outside and cleaning the individual drawers.
You've got actually they have 4 different sizes. They sent me a extra large, but I'm not going to have my extra large. I don't need anything bigger than a 19 millimeter or a 3/4 in my box. Everything else can hang on the wall, so that's what my extra large would be. So it is awesome they do have all those sizes, but these are the 3 sizes that I will use in the drawer. It's going to be your small, your medium, and your large. And this is kind of how they come to you, just like that, your different sizes. And in some cases, you know, you kind of decide, like this would actually fit in a medium, so I might not ever move up from a medium in there. It just kind of depends. Wow, yeah, that's nice because they tuck in. Alright guys, so what I did was I put all of my metric wrenches in here. Probably wouldn't be carrying my standards. If I did, then I'd put my standards in different drawers, what I mean. But I would just kind of wanted to show you a couple of these options, because I have to confess that when I first saw these, I did not expect them to go as good as they are. I really, really like Olsa Tools, but I also have made a commitment to my subscribers that I'm going to be completely honest about a product. So I was actually really worried that I was going to have to not give a negative review at all, but I was worried that I was going to have to, I wasn't going to like it as much as I do. But I actually really like a lot about this product. If you look here, the way this really gridlocks in together, there's so many different options here. Like I can put this in here, these are my different size wrenches, but then I can gridlock this in, and it actually really saves quite a bit of space. Like you could save a little bit more space than this, you could. Now keep in mind, none of this is glued down yet because I haven't had, I just want to lay it out where everybody can see it. But you could save a little bit more space than this, but not without being able to see it and get to it as nicely. So this is nice. And then once you glued this down, once you decided where you wanted it to be, then it would glue right in. But some of the other things I really like about this, like I wanted to show y'all some other different options. These are my folding wrenches like that. Like you can get into some crazy places. This only takes one of these. I don't have to have 2 to get that done. I can lock those in however I want. The other thing is I've got these little crow's feet. And what I wanted to show you here that I really think is cool, This is the large. This is for your, one of your larger wrenches. And this is for one of your smaller wrenches. They come in several different sizes. A small, medium, large, and extra large. So this is your small and this is your large. These, they've designed the small and the large and the mediums, but everything to where even that locks right into the small. Can you see that really good, Savannah? Mm-hmm. Like the small and the large still locks in really well so that you can save as much space as physically possible. So once you glue that down, those are going to be rigid. They're not going to move like they are right now. And that gives you, like that's, I don't know, I like the design more than I expected to like it. I knew that I would like it because that's why I requested. I want everyone to know that they're not paying me to do this review. Now they did send me the tools, but they did not reach out to me. I reached out to them to ask them, would they send me this product? Because I really like Olsa Tools, and I really like their products, and it was a product I wanted to try out. Once they came in and I started looking at them, I didn't think that I would like them as much as I do. But now that I'm really getting in here and laying them out, now I'm really, really liking it. Because even you can tell here there's a bend to this wrench. So if this was a solid, rigid piece, then it wouldn't accommodate the bend as well. But because they're two separate pieces, once I glue this down, it's accommodating whatever bend I have. Whether I have a straight wrench, like this one right here, it accommodates that, or I have a bend. It accommodates however I want to lay this out. And there's really a big variety of things that I could do. So these wrenches right here, in the future, I'll probably leave these hanging on the wall. This is a little bit of a cheaper wrench. I'll leave them in the pack, but if I had something like Olsa Tools, stubby wrench like this, or something a little bit nicer, that would be what I would keep here in the drawer for myself. So let's take a look at how this looks. That really turned out really nice. It really did. I need to have all Olsa Tool wrenches in here to make this just right. I really absolutely love that though. And then this one right here, I am very excited about. So it took up a little bit more space, so I couldn't fit everything in there. I had to put some into an overflow drawer, but it fit almost everything that I had before. They actually work fairly decent like this. They're not moving around bad at all. And they have a Gridlock system that I've looked at, and I really, really like that Gridlock system as well. So one or the other, I'm not sure which one might work better for you, but I would definitely look into both of those. But I'm going to glue a few of these down. I'm going to let y'all see kind of how that works. We're going to see if we like it or not. But I'm going to wait to glue all of them down because I want to see, is this exactly how I want to lay my ratchets out? I really think it is. I really love it, but we're going to try that all together. That feels rigid. It feels really rigid. Yeah, I like that. So I wonder, I'm going to be curious to see, like, is this permanent? That is on there. So this peels up. I don't know for sure, like, if you put this in the wrong spot, I don't know how that works. That is definitely, I mean, I can get it up. I can tell I can get it up. That is where I want this one. But looking at it, I would definitely make sure you know where you want it. I think it is plenty movable, definitely with a heat gun or whatever, worst case, but it seems like to me it would peel right off. But man, I do like that once you get that set. I mean, that is rigid. Okay, let's try. Let's try this one. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but it's really windy outside. One of the reasons why I'm working inside today. What do we do if we don't? There it goes. They are so sticky. They're even a little hard to get off of that. Let's see where we want that. Yeah. I didn't see anything on specific directions. It kind of seems like it would work better if you just kind of really push it into this first and then peel it off. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Just got to be smarter than the tools you're working with. Not something I've been real good at. All right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and that makes that 10 times more rigid even. I almost don't even need this. I mean, I do. Yeah, I do need it, but that is so much better. I love this, guys. I love this system. I really do. Like I said, I'm not saying it's the best system out there, but I really like it because of how much flexibility it gives me. It actually, even though I don't have a huge amount of room, I'm actually able to get these in here packed in pretty tight. I wouldn't be able to get stuff too much tighter. I could get it a little tighter, but I couldn't get it too much tighter and still be able to get around and get what I want. So guys, I think that is an absolute win for Olsa Tools. I really like their product, and I'm not saying that because they sent me this and they didn't charge me any money for this. They still didn't pay me to make the product review. They didn't pay me to make this product review on this, and they sure haven't paid me to talk about this many times. Y'all know I have made multiple videos on how much I like this right here. Everything that I've seen of Olsa Tools, I suppose that's how you would say it, is just absolutely wonderful, and I really think that they're an underrated company. So thank you very much to Olsa Tools, guys. Check this out, see if it works for you. There's definitely several other products that will work if this one does not. Guys, I think that this one is a win. Like, subscribe.